Okay, I think we are pretty much live. I've got a little bit of a issue with this thing being in the way. We don't need it quite yet, so we'll just move that to the side. Welcome everybody to Night Talks. This is normally streamed on my Twitch channel, which you can find on twitch.tv/NightTalksYT. But because this one is kind of a special one, we're going to be broadcasting episode 3 of the Night Talks podcast here on YouTube, actually. So welcome one and all. If you give me just a second, I'm going to grab my iPad, which is right over there. Can you hand me my iPad there? Yeah. Thank you. So I am welcomed here today by my brother Bryce.
Hello.
Yeah, Bryce is the co-host of Night Talks, the podcast, and we broadcast every Thursday at 8 p.m. right around now on twitch.tv/NightTalksYT. And I apologize, I'm getting some further stuff set up here anyway, so. But just making sure our little scene transitions are working here and stuff. So how's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody doing? Let's let me check chat here. Let me open up YouTube and pull up chat. Stuff set up here. There we go. Thank you guys so much for all the congratulations and all that and stuff. So we're gonna be doing some Q&A stuff here. We're gonna be doing some pretty fun stuff, I think. We're gonna be talking about a few different things. We normally have different kind of substantive topics that we like to discuss on Night Talks. Today it's gonna be a little more casual than we normally do, just because it's kind of a special occasion, So we're gonna be talking a little bit about.
A little more casual.
Even more casual, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty casual podcast as it is. So.
For sure.
But Bryce, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit to people that don't know you too well? Just, a little bit about what you're about.
I'm Bryce. I'm Jim's younger brother. I'm riding on his coattails of popularity while simultaneously not caring much at all about popularity. So I don't have a YouTube channel. I barely have a Twitter. So follow me there for random bullshit I find on Reddit that I find remotely interesting. And every now and then I make an announcement that this is happening.
Awesome.
And I get it wrong a couple times.
So I just recently made Twitch affiliate, which is why we've been doing a lot of this on Twitch. And also, I don't want to waste notifications. Like, if I give you guys a notification, I want it to be about yeah, sorry, we're still adjusting here. I want it to be
You're still adjusting.
Typically where fine. Yeah, if you guys get a notification, I want it to be for a video or something like that. And so I've been trying to stream more and more on just Twitch, so that we've got so that I'm not wasting you guys' time, if you know what I mean. So yeah, we can get some Q&As here and stuff. Where do you see yourself in my content from going from here? The production is mint. Now you'll hopefully have an even faster growing following. I'm excited to see it unfold. Yeah, so the content going forward, I mean, it's going to be typically the way that it's kind of come, where I just kind of do what I do, really. The content that I make,
continually teasing the Hum Part 2.
Yeah,
and then just never releasing it.
No, it's coming. It really is.
Yeah, sure.
I made a commitment. Man, it doesn't matter how many times I answer it. Somebody's always going to ask, because there's no way to get the message to everybody.
I mean, until you release it.
Until I release it, yeah. So here's what's going on. So right now I'm working on a video about the Beast of Gévaudan. After that, there's a video coming out about Kim Il-sung. And then after that, my intention is to finish up the Hum Part 2. I've got a good amount of the Hum Part 2 finished. And I've answered this quite a few times, but I'll just do it again. So big reason why I didn't do the hum part 2 immediately after part 1, like I had originally intended, is I just got really burned out on the topic. So I just kind of, I set it to the side and waited until I could really start feeling it again. So I wasn't so burned out on just a singular topic. Because you guys don't realize when I'm making these videos, you guys will see it for whatever the watch time is. These videos take sometimes months. And I mean,
Easily,
really, it's been, I think, like about 3 months since my last actual real video. And that's because the entire time I've been working on the video that you're going to see hopefully pretty soon.
It looks really good, guys. Looks really good. I've seen like little bits and pieces that he's, I've been able to sneak to because I have brother access.
Right.
It looks really good. You should be excited.
I really can't tell you guys how excited I am for the Beast of Gévaudan. I firmly believe it's the best video I've done yet. It's the most cinematic, the most engaging story. It's a true monster story. If you guys aren't familiar with the Beast of Gévaudan, it's about a very real, mysterious monster that terrorized the south of France and devoured up to 300 people in the south of France. So yeah, and nobody knows what it is to this day. Rosemary Mendoza, thank you so much for the super chat. That's very, very kind of you. Really, really appreciate that. Excited for part 2. I assumed it was just getting a bunch of care or new info. I'm certainly using the extra time to gather more information and things like that. But I mean, I've got a lot of the source material and everything ready to go. I've got a really great interview with a guy named Dr. Glenn McPherson, who is really the only scientist in the world that studies the world hum.
There's at least a few people out there that just harumphed. Like, I study it too. He's not the only one.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure there's at least one
he's
other.
the only one that's really putting resources. He's the one that started the World Hum Map and Database project. He's really the only one that specializes in this topic. Yeah, the Beast of Gévaudan was not wolves. There were definitely wolf attacks going on at the time of the Beast of Gévaudan attacks, but no, it wasn't wolves. And we know that for sure, actually.
Find out more.
Yeah, find out more when the video comes out. Yeah, don't go in with preconceived notions thinking you know the whole story. That's a big mistake people make when they watch my videos. I wouldn't make a video if it was an obvious answer. But let me see what else people are saying here. Let's see here. Well, what we're going to be getting to here in a little bit. It looks like we're kind of at the peak of viewers. I guess we could start doing it here. So I got this in the mail.
Hey.
Yeah. And so I'm pretty excited about this. So do you have your pocket knife on you?
So prepared.
I just figured you always have that. So
it's not because of some creepy reason. It just there's always
he just always has a pocket knife on him,
really
and
do.
he's always using it for something. Usually
for
disposing
example,
of bodies.
I mean, you don't use a pocket knife for that.
Right.
Come on. You used a variety of yogurts and fungus to let the body decompose.
Okay, so I need
Amateur.
to do something to get rid of some of the more doxy information on here real quick here.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. So what did you think when
You're better at entertaining people. I'll do that.
Okay, sounds good. You start scratching that. But
Like scratching a lotto ticket.
yeah, just take off the whole label. Basically the if it'll work. Maybe I've got something easier like a Sharpie. That would be
Oh, relax.
I'm just trying to think of what's the easiest way to get rid of this stuff so people don't show up at my house tomorrow. There we go.
I know this is just riveting content, guys, but thank you everyone for being here.
Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of setting a couple things up here anyway. Anyway, wanted to talk a little bit about what got me started in this, because this is a question I get a ton of, is how did I get started in the YouTube stuff? And it was actually kind of a interesting story. I mean, everybody seems to have the same sort of, it just sort of happened story. But yeah, mine was definitely it just kind of happened. Why is my camera out of focus? It was totally in focus when we started this. Maybe you can help me with that here too. Here, let me
moving around.
Well, I did, but it shouldn't be on autofocus. At least I didn't think it was.
Well, you moving around would cause it to go out of focus, though.
Right. Here, let me see this here. I'll do that if you could just if you go up to the camera there and just get it in focus if you could. This is actually good enough that we can open it too, but so right on the front is
Hey, look, I can show off the
right
the merch.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like it actually did do the autofocus there. Okay. All right. So I guess you can sit down. I guess it is on autofocus. I thought it was just a
My work here is done.
Right.
I don't know, I think I got most of that crap off.
Okay. And then need the knife one more time so I can open the tape there. There we go. All right. So let's move this stuff here. Can you move your phone? I'm gonna move this. Could you move your phone?
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. And then let me switch this to our special little scene I just made here for just this.
Yeah.
That should be all right. Okay. And it's all in view here. Cool. And well, I mean, it did just happen, but I'll tell you the whole story here in a little bit. It's actually a really interesting story of how it just happened. And it all starts with a YouTuber, very, very small YouTuber. Maybe you have heard of him, maybe you haven't. Two of them, actually. One named Nexpo and the other named Barely Sociable. All right, so let me just see if that worked here.
There was the room 3.
Yep, it's room 322.
22. That's
Let's
what like I was
open-
about to.
let's-
I couldn't remember what the number of the room was.
Let's open this here, and then I will dive right into that story here. Okay, so here's that. If you want to go ahead and close that. All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. Here we go. From YouTube. Oh my gosh. Can't believe this is actually happening.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right, so you get some nice little foam cheap stuff here.
Can I have that?
Yeah, you can have that.
Thank you.
So
Makes me
this
feel
is
like
a
a part of
card
this.
here. It says
Should I do a dramatic reading, or do you want to?
No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Oh,
do
is
it.
this your award?
Right. It says, congratulations on your subscriber milestone. We are honored to take part in recognizing your achievement and want your experience to be exceptional. This award was inspected and packaged with great care by Rick. Rick, thank you so much.
You're fucking awesome, Rick.
If
You're
your
the
award
best.
was damaged, let us know. And they gave me a thing here.
Yeah,
And
your
here
soul
is-
is damaged, but whatever.
Right.
Hey, hang on. This is bugging me. You have a thing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Brotherly
I
love.
want you to look at your best.
So here's a letter on very nice printed cardstock, actually, from Susan. It says, some 100,000 subscribers. What? Just how far have you come? If each of your subscribers were a light year, they could take you from one side of the Milky Way to the other. That's far. This is, I think this was written by an AI. And and it's why today we're so excited to celebrate your special YouTube journey with you. Not only have you brought a unique voice and style to the world, you've also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. In that spirit, YouTube is proud to present you with the Silver Creator Award, which celebrates your hard work and incredible achievement. Congratulations on this amazing milestone, just one of many that we hope will follow in the future. After all, there are countless others out there who have yet to discover your passion and dedication. Whether they come to your channel to learn something new or just for a laugh, a whole new audience is waiting for you to inspire them, just as your growing community continues to inspire you. We can't wait to see what you do next, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Yours sincerely, Susan Wojcicki, CEO of YouTube. And no, that is not an actual signature.
Of course
Nope.
it's not.
I mean, how many people reach 100,000 subscribers? Like, would it be really that? Do they really give that many of these away all the time that she couldn't actually sign it or whatever? I don't know.
See, what I'm actually stuck on is the 100,000 light years.
Yeah.
She's actually right. It's actually 105, like 106,000.
Look at this. It's actually got some heft to it.
Does it? I
Feel
want to heft. Oh,
Heft.
damn.
That's got some heft.
That's nice. That's real nice.
Yeah, Susan is an AI. Potato dots. Here we go. Here it is. It actually freaking happened. I finally got one of these. Presented to NightTalks for passing 100,000 subscribers. YouTube. Wow. Let me get it a little closer here so y'all can see. I don't know if it's showing up here, but you know, there it is. That's kind of cool. That's really freaking cool. I kind of want to hang it up already.
I mean, that could have been something you could prepare for, but
Yeah, well, I've got a hammer.
if I had a hammer, I would hammer in the morning. I might hammer in the evening.
All over this land. Yeah, so I've got a hammer around here somewhere. I will definitely be hammering that into something. What's that other thing that it came with?
Silicone.
Oh, yeah, here.
Silicone? Silicon.
You want to hold it?
Silica? It was just an ad for, hey, you want to buy more of
recognize your
these?
team? Oh yeah, you can buy more of these. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Sure
could buy
they're-
one for me.
Well, yeah. If I had like hired help or whatever, like I could like put one in like the.
Spoiler alert, I'm more like slave labor.
They did. Hey, what's up, Double? They did send it for free. Any future ones, if I wanted to order more of them, then they would charge for those. But the first one they give you, they pay for it all. It's actually like, I'm really genuinely kind of impressed. It's actually got a nice bit of heft and weight to it.
I mean, it looks awesome. It looks really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Put it back in the plastic.
put it back in the plastic for a little bit, and then after the stream, I'll probably hang it up on the wall once I go get a hammer, and I'll tweet out a photo so you guys can see over on twitter.com/nightdoxyt.
I'll retweet it for all
Yeah.
those people that go and follow me. Don't follow me.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, stream over.
No.
Ah,
So I did want to tell a little bit about how this whole thing started, though. So I was working kind of a menial job, whatever, and I was watching this video by Barely Sociable about room 322.
yeah.
And it's, if you haven't seen it, it's about this mysterious room at Hotel Zaza in downtown Houston. And there's this one room, it's called room 322. And the room is in the middle of this posh, really nice hotel. They've got really nice beds and carpeting. It's like a 5-star, really nice hotel, and they've got a bunch of themed rooms, and all of them are super nice. And then there's this one room where all the other rooms are gigantic, extravagant things. This room is the size of like a closet. It's
Yeah.
got a bare concrete floor and skulls hanging on the wall. And it's the source of a lot of conspiracy theories, including the fact that right above the bed, embedded into the wall, is a big giant mirror that looks suspiciously like a two-way mirror. And so I just wanted to figure out, like, I was like, I live here. Like, why don't I just go check it out? And
Yeah.
so I made a Reddit post in the Unsolved Mysteries subreddit. I was like, hey, I might go just check out this room. Would anybody be interested in following like some live updates? And it got like 2,500 upvotes, and people were really interested in it. I was like, okay, I guess I'm doing it. And so I went and I investigated the whole thing, and I took some footage, and it was never actually meant to be a YouTube video. That's what a lot of people don't realize. And people give me crap all the time about how it's all filmed in vertical video and all that. And I
Yeah, it
didn't
was
film in
horrendous
landscape.
quality.
It's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, especially compared to the production quality that you have now. It's shocking.
Well, I barely knew how to do any video editing. Like
Yeah.
I knew a little bit, but not very much at all. And so I just kind of took the footage that I had, and I was like, let's give it a shot. Let's make like a presentation type video I can put on the subreddit. And that video kind of took off, and I was like, well, I guess let's see where this goes. And so I came up with the name NightTalks, did some preliminary branding, moved the channel from my personal Gmail account and turned it into a brand account. Did a whole bunch of stuff, and got it ready to make it like a full-on YouTube channel. I was like, let's give it a go, I guess. And so I just got completely hooked to making videos. And
Your first few videos, you weren't even filming anything.
no, in
It was
fact,
all
I
just
didn't need,
documentary type footage.
in fact, I was really afraid to use like my real name and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
the thing is, since it was attached to my old Gmail account, it's the default channel name. When you look on my channel, it's user/jpagel.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have such a massive digital footprint. There's no way that I was going to be able to keep my identity forever. So I
Yeah.
was just like, if I'm going to get doxxed, I'm just going to dox myself. So I started using my real name.
It's really the only way to get out ahead of it.
Yeah.
Like it was an inevitability.
I might as well do it on my
Yeah.
own terms, you know?
Yeah.
And so I just started using my real name and used my face, and that's kind of where it all went down, I guess. And
Yeah.
then
I've been chasing that dopamine high ever since. I've
Straight
seen
up.
a lot of views.
well, the first video that I started using my my real name was the washed up feet one.
Yeah.
Can you hand me the lamp there? We just got a comment. They're like, hey, the moon lamp is really cool. I don't know if this thing still has any juice in it. I think I used it for something. Yeah, it's out of battery right now. I got to recharge it. But yeah, the moon lamps are on sale if you go to pixelempire.com/collections/nightdocs. There's a link to it in the description for just about every single video. There's also on the about page, there's a link to my merch page as well, where you can actually buy the moon lamp. And what's really cool is I actually got a deal with the manufacturers where I'm going to hold this up to this right here. It's actually a custom made, it's a custom made base for it, where it's got the actual NightTalks logo on there. So it's really, really fun. I got to say, my kids love it. So,
Yeah.
they love playing with this thing.
Spaceballs the flamethrower.
Yeah, right. Merchandise. So yeah, and then the Mystery of the Washed Up Feet was the first real high production one that I did, and so I really wanted to come in with a bang on that one there. So what other kind of questions you guys got for me here? Let's do like a Q&A or an AMA.
Probably get rid of the overhead cam.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure people are tired of our crotch. Or maybe they're into that.
Yeah, you know.
But no.
The NightDocs only fans, the Nightcocks only fans. That's what we're waiting on here.
Yeah.
Trying to get to there it is, and there we go. Cool. Should have updated by now. Yep,
Oh yeah.
looks like. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Sounds good. So but yeah. So anyway, let me look at chat here really quick here. Sick mustache NightDocs, bro.
You're welcome. I did it for you.
But anyway, so there was the Mystery of the Washed Up Feet, and that was the first big one that I did. And then, man, I'm actually at the point now where I've got like enough videos that I can't actually name all of them anymore. That's actually kind of new because I used to be able to, I only had like a few, you know, because these take so long to make.
Yeah.
So long.
I know that when you were first getting started, I really thought that you were going to just run out of content at some point.
Yeah.
And you're just going to start putting out the bullshit clickbait type nonsense that every other YouTube channel goes down the tubes for. And
dude, I will never have enough time to do all the topics that I want to do.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear?
It's frankly shocking, like how much there's, you know, in the pipes at least.
Oh yeah. I've got literally like 10 to 15 topics that I haven't done. What would my channel name be if it wasn't NightTalks? Honestly, I can't imagine it not being NightTalks.
TikToks.
TikToks, right? And honestly, the just the name NightTalks it's been perfect for me in terms of being able to branch out from there, because this right here, what you guys are watching, is the NightTalks podcast. I've got a second channel called Night Ducks. The other channel is called NightTalks, and then there's
the OnlyFans. For
the meme OnlyFans, Nightcocks and Night Dicks or whatever. We're trying to figure out what we would call that. It's not real. Don't go looking for it. There's so many memes. So, anyway, so yeah, honestly, if I look on my pipeline here, I'm just looking here because there's so many topics that I'm working on right now. Blue Transit.
Huh.
Yeah.
Open letter.
Open letter. Yeah. So Bryce and I used to be in kind of a musical duo group that we called Blue Transit. It's still my Xbox gamer tag.
Mine is still Billy Goat,
Yeah.
although it was Billy Goat from before that.
Okay, let me get this.
You had all of the actual musical talent, and I was just really good at making weird noises.
You know, you don't sell yourself short, man. I mean, Bryce here is just as creative as I am. I had more musical training, and I definitely hear melodies more, but you're far more of a like percussive person.
Oh yeah.
Like musical notes to you were always like percussive notes in and of themselves.
Yeah, even in any of the music that I would write on my own, it was basically just rhythmic noise, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, it's not letting me into.
I was also horrendous at mixing.
Yeah,
I could never figure out how to, like, everything was muddy and gross.
That just takes a long, long time. I'm still learning.
Yeah,
I'm still learning. A lot of YouTube tutorials for sure. What was my biggest inspiration when I was starting out?
me.
Bryce, definitely. I was really inspired by, you know, Nexpo and Barely Sociable and all that at first. My inspirations now, I really look more to people like Alex Gibney, to like the big documentary makers of our time, really. I'm trying to emulate anything that you would see on Netflix or Hulu or HBO or something like that. Where do I find my topics? That's a really difficult question to answer because I don't go topic hunting. I really don't. They just
kind of show up.
They do.
Seriously. And they go away just as fastly. But quickly? Not fastly. That's not a word.
Yeah, I like it though. Fastly.
And now it's on the internet. Great.
Right. But honestly, like, it's just my day-to-day activities. I'm just a very I answered this, I think, in the 100,000 subscriber stream. I'm a really curious person. Like I'm always just like, if I'll read an article about something and it forms a question in my mind, something that wasn't answered, and I just go look for that. And then as I look for that, I have more questions and I keep looking. And the more I ask and the more I look, the more I start realizing there's something here that should be told that hasn't been told yet.
Yeah.
And I
think another thing that contributes a great deal is at least everyone in our family from our parents and you and I and, the younger brother, Chris, he double crisp on the chat.
Yeah.
We all have like this default setting of debate.
Yeah, we do.
Like it doesn't matter what we're talking about. We're going
but
to
it's friendly
just,
though, you know?
Oh, I mean, of course.
Yeah. But
I
we
mean,
like to get into it. We
yes,
really do like to get into it.
We really do. As evidenced just now where we're basically agreeing with each other, but still argumentatively.
Right.
But we have a pretty good bullshit radar, I guess.
I'd like to think yours is better than mine.
Mine is just more active.
Yeah.
I basically don't believe anyone.
See, the thing is, I'm
just cynical.
I'm a captive audience member, and I like to tell stories.
Yeah.
And so part of my brain wants something to be true, which I try really hard to keep in check. And so that's why I'm so meticulous with my research.
Yeah.
Because I have to feel like if I have a standpoint that I need to justify, I have to have the evidence and I have to tell the definitive story on a topic. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to convince you guys that something is true. Like there have actually straight up been moments where I've included little bits of research and things like that into my videos because in my mind, probably subconsciously, I'm trying to convince you and Chris in the chat here that something is true because I know you're not going to buy it. We will be the first
ones to
I know. Yeah, you guys aren't going to buy it unless I'm actually able to show the receipts.
Yep.
And yeah.
I think my favorite research thing that I ever saw in one of your videos, though, was in the Washed Up Feet one. And you used, it was like oil travel maps or something like that. And you use that to track the location of a friggin' shoe.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's so awesome. It's so cool.
Yeah. The NOAA oil tracking database, I can't remember what it's actually called, but it's a computer simulation the public can use where you can simulate using real world conditions. You can go back on the calendar to find what the water temperature was, the salinity level, all that kind of stuff. And
someone designed this crap.
I know. Like, there's so much
crazy
math involved in that. And what I found really interesting is that different types of oil have different buoyancy rates. There is oil that sinks that, we actually discovered that. I mean, I discovered that during the Deepwater Horizon spill, how some oil actually sank to the bottom while some stayed at the top and some washed up on shores.
Weird.
And some had like a perfect buoyancy with the water. It just stayed still,
Great.
But,
so we can kill the fish at any depth.
Right. Basically.
Nice.
And what I was looking into was the fact that that since different oils have different buoyancy levels, I figured I could figure out what, best guess what the buoyancy of an average athletic shoe would be.
Yeah.
And I picked
because it's basically
oil
made out of those products.
Right. And there's a specific number that was attached to each type of oil. And I used what my best guess was for that. And then the computer simulation would take into account the salinity, the wind speed, the temperature, the currents, all of that stuff of a specific time period. And it would show me if I dumped like 1,000 shoes in the water, what's the chance it would, where they would all end up. Basically, it ran.
And what are the chances of a lawsuit for, someone finding out that you littered that extensively?
Right. And the most fascinating part about that entire thing was that it actually backed up the official reports of where somebody's body was last seen versus where their shoe ended up. And when you look at it in the simulation, it makes perfect sense. And I was able to recreate just about every single person that their body was lost and then their foot was found.
Yeah.
Basically, you just drop oil right where their body last was, and you could see it in the simulation, all these little dots spreading out. And some of them would kind of go off on different directions, but you would see like a big clump, and they would end up exactly where the foot was found.
Yeah, that's wild.
Which is just insane. And you can actually see it in the video. I show like little parts of the simulation and everything there.
Yeah, that's some CSI stuff.
Yeah. Has there been a moment where your personal opinions or bias has almost interfered with your documentaries or videos? I would say every single time, actually, because everybody's got their own viewpoints. And at the end of the day, I have a story to tell. What I try to be, like I always get a little nervous when people say I'm not doing it with a bias or things like that, because I've certainly got a bias, but it's, hey, Jen, what's up, Jen? I've certainly got a bias, but it's
just for the cool story of it.
I try to tell it fairly, though.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I can present both sides of an argument and still be pretty obvious where I stand on a topic, but at least give the other side its voice.
Absolutely.
That's what I mean. Objectivity is overrated. I kind of agree. And honestly, I don't think that...
I disagree.
Okay.
Whoever said that.
That was actually Chris.
No, Chris, you're wrong. I can say that because you're my brother.
I think objectivity is good to a certain extent, but you still have to be true to what the facts lead you to.
Absolutely.
And that's what I personally mean by, the way I took objectivity is overrated anyway.
This isn't what we're talking about, but like the biggest problem that I have, at least in current society, is that somewhere along the line, someone decided that opinions have the same value as objective facts. And that just drives me just wild.
Right.
It makes me just want to lose my mind.
Well, I think you can trace a lot of that back to the early days of broadcasting when there were only 3 networks.
Well, sure.
And
I mean, we're back to that right now.
Yeah. Well, no, we're not. I don't think we are, because...
Well, most of the media corporations are owned by, what, 1 or 2 of them?
The media corporations in those days were seen much more as a public service. And so
sure.
the way that the reason we have news broadcasts the way we have them now started back in, I think it was like the 50s or 60s, where ABC, CBS, NBC, all the original broadcasting networks, they were allowed to use our airwaves, and they were licensed to them by the FCC, and the deal was 1 hour a night. Their station would be used to inform the public, inform the nation, give them news of the current events, things like that. And it wasn't necessarily directed by the government or anything like that, but there was, because these networks knew that the information was going out to the whole nation, basically, they did try to remain objectively neutral in everything. They were like, these are just the facts of what happened. And as time went on, the conservative side began to see it as, because the facts were neutral and not favorable to them, we had people that were pretty opposed to that. And so that's how actually Fox News started. It was after the Nixon stuff, where
yellow journalism certainly started before then, but yeah, it definitely kicked off to a much greater extent.
That was more in print.
Yeah. Though. Okay. Yeah, true. Man, remember how TVs actually at a certain time of night, they would actually like turn off, like there would be no broadcast.
Some channels. Yeah.
No. Like TV, all TV. Like in the early days when it was still black and white and stuff, they would actually play the national anthem, it was taps. They would play taps and good night, everyone. And then it would just go away. Like there was no TV on. It's just wild.
Slow-mo Panda here saying news used to have 0 ads. Not in the way that we see them now. They definitely still had ads. But it was more like YouTube sponsorships where, this segment is brought to you by Manscaped. Shave your balls with this thing, like
Carol, why don't you come over here? We'll demonstrate.
Right. Carol. What was I even talking about?
Talking about TV, and he said there was ads.
Well, I do remember seeing that. In fact, I think that's actually what's kind of referenced in Local 58. Local 58, the interactive, the immersive web series. You haven't seen Local 58?
No.
Bro, you would love Local 58. Dude, you
I don't
know
have
me.
time for anything.
You know me, dude. It's like 5 videos and they're max 5 to 10 minutes each.
I got this podcast thing that I got to help this guy
off,
with. I don't know.
Not no more. You're going to watch Local 58.
All right.
You're not allowed back on until you watch Local 58. No,
Well, I'm not going to be here next week anyways, by the way, guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Bryce is going to be gone. He's got some personal life stuff he's got to be doing.
Which is PAX. I'm going to be at PAX West.
Yeah, he's going to be at PAX West.
So come say hi if you see me.
Yeah. So if any of you are at PAX West, you see Bryce, go say hi. I will not be there.
Wear a mask.
Yeah, wear a mask.
Which means most people won't actually recognize me, I'm sure.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's really kind of what happened with network. So, and why Fox News specifically kind of broke the system. Yeah, Chris here's got a good point. Don't you watch Joseph Anderson videos? You have time.
I never even finished his Witcher videos.
I didn't either. Because I never actually played The Witcher. I never played The Witcher, so it's not really.
Fuck.
I know, right? I've tried.
I'm sorry I didn't watch your whatever news channel YouTube series.
It's not a news channel.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so
you didn't play The Witcher?
Local 58.
Witcher is a phenomenal game. And I'm sure every single person in chat will agree with me.
No, I don't disagree. I just, you know how it was after I started my YouTube channel, I have not been able to sit and play a freaking video game at all. The last game really sat and played was Red Dead 2 when it first came out on PS4.
That was a good one too.
It was a great one, but I haven't played The Last of Us. I haven't played the new Star Wars game, the one where you play the Jedi,
I didn't play
the new one.
Nah.
I started playing it and I loved it. I get so anxious. My anxiety kills me when I sit and play video games because I'm like, I have to get back to work. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
But then I waste a bunch of time in other ways where I'll just stare at my phone and browse, but I just, man. Anyway.
We all have our vices.
Local 58. It's by it's by a really good guy. I've actually met him in person a few times, Chris Straub. And you know how I am with like ARGs and spooky web series. I just have no patience.
So hard for them.
Not at all. Like, I really can't stand them 99% of the time.
Yeah.
This is are you going to fix? Yeah.
Oh, it's probably this
Probably
thing.
is that
That's
thing.
been sitting there for a while.
Yeah, let's try that.
You guys are
This
so
thing's been out of
patient.
Focus for a while here.
Well, I had the poll just kind of sitting there.
So Local 58.
It's your fault somehow.
Yeah, probably.
So Local 58 is this thing that he's trying to tell me about, but he's away from his microphone, so you guys can't hear anything.
Yeah. So
And it's really lame. It's not The Witcher 3. Don't understand. Okay, so he's back.
I'm gonna get that fixed. Dang. So it's a it's a web series where the world has ended and you're finding out through these public broadcasts.
Damn it! I would like that.
And
that is really cool.
It
just as a premise.
Yeah, and so when you were saying like they play the national anthem,
it was taps.
Or taps.
Although actually, I think at the start of the broadcast day they would play the national anthem.
Well, in one of the episodes, there's a few episodes of Local 58 where it's just that at the end of the day where they're playing the national anthem, and it's the national anthem.
No.
And you see all the standard kind of language,
yeah,
that you would see at the end, and then don't look at the moon.
Oh,
yeah. So I remember you kind of come up with
that was a writing
prompt.
prompt.
Yeah.
There was a writing prompt on the subreddit for that. It was
There's actually
great.
There's quite a few like that, but the whole thing is centered around
really
the
good.
moon.
Yeah.
And that the moon is actually an organic being.
Nice.
But
don't look
at the moon
unless it's ours.
Yeah.
Which you should buy.
Bro, you gotta watch Local 58. Like the very first episode, it's called "You Are on the Fastest Route Possible," and the thing kind of,
so I'm getting like a kind of Black Mirror type vibe.
Yeah, but it's a lot more found footagey.
Nice. I dig that.
And most of it takes place in kind of like the 70s or 80s or 60s, like old time, you know.
Yeah.
But except for the very first episode, which is called "You're on the Fastest Route Possible," which is all told from a dash cam, where the GPS is leading this guy to an area he's not supposed to be, and he gets further and further away from where he's supposed to be, and he doesn't know what to do, and the GPS starts telling him all sorts of weird stuff. And I'm not gonna spoil the rest of it for you, but like it gets really good, dude. It's the best. It's probably one of the best interactive web series ever made. Nexpo's made like a few videos on just Local 58. Like tons of people have made analysis videos on Local 58, man.
Nice.
It's so good.
That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. All right. You convinced me. I'll
Yeah.
have to check it out.
Okay, Okay, Nightmind, good guy, but if you heard any of the previous conversations, I don't like ARGs. I can't stand ARGs. So nothing against people who are creating ARGs. I'm sure there's some great ones out there. I just don't like them.
You know, this is the perfect setup for you to do your own ARG.
Well,
of you having an entire stream of like, oh, they're so stupid, and now
right.
I mean, you
and
could do one.
Kind of glitches or whatever, and that's you start seeing code.
Yeah,
that's the thing is I've done stuff like that before because I'd like playing around and all that stuff. But in terms of coming up with like a huge branching storyline and having audience participation, I'm probably not gonna do that. I would make a freaking awesome one.
What was that one for Halo?
I would be fine with making one. I don't like participating in them though.
Right. What was that one from Halo? Was it Halo 2? They did the I Like Bees or something like that.
Half-Life did something like that.
No, it was Halo. They did like there was some random website that was called like I Love Bees or something like that. And
I'm gonna fix this.
Well, I hate to break it to everyone else in chat, but I don't remember a great deal.
Oh shit!
I don't think you fixed it.
Good catch.
I just caught it with my head.
Yeah. We're A-okay here, folks. Okay, so let me just fix this once and for all, because it's really bothering me.
I'm sure that sounded great.
Okay.
So anyways, the I Like Bees or like I Love Bees thing for Halo 2, it was like this random website, came out of nowhere, and it looked like it was...
It's still... I hate it.
Do you want to pause the stream?
No. We're almost done anyway.
Okay, something jacked up over here too.
Yeah.
You jacked everything up.
I did. Man, I messed it all up.
It was fine. It was perfectly fine.
Gosh dang it. I'm sorry, everybody.
So anyways, this website, it kept getting like more and more corrupted as time went on and started talking about the invasion of the flood and all kinds of different stuff. I don't even remember. But it was pretty cool. And it was like, I think that was my first experience with ARGs of any kind.
So I was mentioning there was a Half-Life one. It was actually Portal. Portal 2 has an ARG. In fact, you can actually get into it now. Like if you listen to some of the radios, my friend Jamie from Inside of Mind, his ARG videos are some of the only ones that I actually really like watching because he's such a good storyteller.
Yeah.
He did a whole one on the Portal 2 ARG.
Yeah.
And it, do you remember there was a comic that they came out with?
Yeah, I never read it myself, but yeah.
So it has to do with the comic, stuff you find in the radios, and a bunch of other stuff. And then it leads you to this weird, spooky website or whatever for Aperture Science. And you have to break in finding the passwords and stuff like that that are actually found within the game somewhere. And like a whole, it took a whole community to solve the Portal 2 ARG. But
nice.
Anyway. But yeah, I just personally typically don't like ARGs just because most of them, the quality isn't there.
There's tons. There's so many now of just low quality.
And most of them, they just, they came up with it on the shitter. And Anyway, so that I think will probably do it for us for tonight. Anybody have any other questions real quick before we go? Bryce, you got anything you want to go over?
No.
No. Okay. Well, once again, make sure you guys subscribe to my Twitch channel where we normally do Night Talks. It's twitch.tv/NightTalksYT. You can also follow me on Twitter at NightTalksYT. And all the episodes of Night Talks will actually be uploaded to its own channel. If you go into the channel list for Night Talks here, you'll find a link to Night Talks, where you'll be able to find the first 2 episodes that we've done already. And then next week, we may be taking a break, but the week after that, or I might actually go ahead and do Night Talks next week, just bring on a guest host, and we'll see how that goes anyway.
They're not going to be as good.
Probably not.
I mean, it's hard.
And then anyway, so that will be it for now. And we'll see you all next time. Thanks again for watching.
Thanks, guys.